Welcome back, everyone, to Pontos Fathom Hobbies. This is Season 23, Episode 1 of Joan of Arc Time of Legends. We are playing from the Village Pack expansion. This is the Savage Beasts scenario from that one. We are setting up the board, doing a quick flyover over this Wild Beast scenario. This will take place as a 3-player game between the Cockatrice, forces of evil, the Griffin, the forces of good, and the human players with their stable and animals that are being consumed by these. It takes place in 1355. John Mandeville and Liège will go into the details of it, do a flyover, and then we'll jump into gameplay. Thanks for watching. Okay, we've got the scenario from the Village Pack set up now. This is actually a 3-player game. It's called the Wild Beast. It says John Mandeville went back to Liège in 1355 after having traveled all around the world. He wrote the Travels of John Mandeville, where he described mythical beasts never seen in France. Later in 1358, some strange creatures attacked livestock in the Dauphin's province. Some set this as his divine punishment for the Lord's depths, but others see it as Jean de Mandeville having stated the truth. With the plague spreading all around the world, the beasts are hungry and they're looking for food, and they came for them. So in this condition, we've got these mandragora thickets here and here. All bushes are mandragora thickets, and when a wild beast, a griffin or a cockatrice, we've got the cockatrice here. One cockatrice representing the forces of evil, I would say. We've got a griffin representing the forces of good. And then we've got various bowmen and livestock throughout the land. We've got stables here. And by the well, we've got a unicorn that also has a special setup rule. The unicorn says if peasants unit move into the area containing the well, they can summon the unicorn at the cost of 1 legend token. The unicorn is deployed as an ally under the control of player 3, player 3 being the player of the humans and the animals. When a wild beast enters the mandragora thicket, it can devour the thicket to heal 1 wound at the cost of 2 experience points. The thicket is removed from the board once devoured. The peasants, bowmen, short bowmen, sergeant at arms, and unicorn can attack the mandragora thickets. They can disrupt the mandragora thicket. There's also wild beasts, which are the cockatrice and the griffin. And finally, we've got the animals. Player 3 takes 1 token for each animal type. Victory points awarded at the end of round 6. So for the griffin, victory points are 1 victory point for each sheepdog, peasant, or bowman devoured, 2 victory points for each cow or horse devoured, and 1 victory point for each wound inflicted on the unicorn or the cockatrice. So let's take a look at the stats of our characters here. We've got, for our human player 3, we've got peasants, we've got bowmen and the sergeant at arms, and they may summon the unicorn, who has a 5 hit points. So this is our human player. For our Griffin player, Griffin has 4 hit points, and he can do a sky attack. We've got a sky token out on the top of the board. And then finally for the cockatrice player, we can take a look at 5 victory points and also be doing attacks there. So we've got the basics of the rules. Let's do a quick shout out to our sponsor, and then we'll jump into the gameplay. Thanks for watching. Pontos Fathom Hobbies is brought to you by the books that we produce. We've got a bookstore link down in the description where you can check out the 6 volumes of August Moldenhauer and Giuseppe Balsamo's tattoo journals out of Lovecraft's Providence. You can get them as individual issues or in the omnibus edition. We've also got the Pontos Fathom podcast lecture series where we have books like the Esoteric Dragon Mysteries and the Esoteric Saturn Mysteries, decoding Saturn in astrological, mythic, and occult traditions. Also, Alchemy and Anthroposophy in the Dune Saga, looking at those alchemical and anthroposophical themes that make Frank Herbert's saga so classic and why it resonates with us. You can visit the Pontos Fathom Press channel where you can get reviews of all these books, check out our Patreon. We've got August Moldenhauer's Artificial Psychoanalysis of Desiring Machine Saga. And we've got our Las Carcosa, Dead Sons 11, Quantum Locksman Saga, and the Killing with Bogman Saga as well. And finally, our newest saga, The Alchemical Courtship in the Dreamlands, taking place in H.P. Lovecraft's Dreamlands. Each book takes place in a different dreamland city. Aimless takes place in Cellophase, Hope's Home, and Daleth Lane. The rest of the books, first couple books are out this year. Other books will be coming out later this year, beginning of next year. Thank you guys for watching. Check out the bookstore link. Now back to our show. Okay, let's jump into round number 1. First of all, we're going to get our activation orders here. From the war chest, we'll also get our we get 3 activations each. 3 for the Griffin, 3 for Cockatrice, and then 3 for our farmers, human, animal group. We've also got these tokens here for activation for the animals. Basically, we can place an activation in any of the animals and move them all at once, whether horses, sheep, cows. We can move them all in unison. I believe there's a dog one in there too. Let's go ahead, starting out with the Griffin. So Griffin gets activations. Let's review again what their goals are. Griffin goal is 1 victory point for each devoured sheep. Well, let's go ahead and give him an activation right away. We'll have him move to here, and he can at the beginning of the round, the Griffin can gain 1 additional order of their choice in the round order. 1 victory point for each devoured sheep. So I guess we can just go ahead and do like an attack here. He places the activation here. So 1 activation on the Griffin. Griffin is able to move the 1. And he will devour his first sheep. So the Griffin grabs one of these sheep and place it just over here by his pool to remind us. I suppose we can do a second activation for him and have him move, fly up to the thicket as well. So I believe he can fly up to the sky for 2 activation and then down to the thicket. And let's have him, I guess he has to roll an attack on one of those to consume it. Is that how it works? Let's just go ahead and give him a roll here. Okay, so yeah, he's able to eat another one of these. So he's eaten 2 components already on his turn. Let's go ahead and move now to the Cockatrice. Same thing, he will get his activations. He will spend 2 activations to move 1 to this sheep and also eat one of the sheep. And he can roll for his attack here. And he is able to, the reroll for this round. Okay, he's able to eat also one of the goals of his play to do that. Next up, we have our human players. We've got these peasants here. Let's have them activate. We'll also activate our cows. We'll have all of our cows moving up toward our peasants here. We'll move this cow here as well. So we activated the cows, and we'll also activate these peasants to attack. Let's activate these peasants here also. They're going to go and do the activation for the unicorn. Okay, so let's go ahead and do that roll. First up, our peasants will attack the Cockatrice. So peasants attacking with only a single white die. They get a hit, but the cockatrice has defense, so it will roll and it blocks it. So block defense there. Let's go after the well. So we've got our unicorn here at the well. Peasants there with the unicorn. If peasants unit move into the air of the unicorn, they can summon it with the cost of 1 token. So let's spend a token here to activate the unicorn. Unicorn is activated. Now the unicorn is now on our side, so we can use him as well in our attacks. And then finally, do we have another attack that we wanted to do? We've got this, we've got this, and and then we moved our cows. So I think that's going to wrap it up for round number 1. Guys, thanks for watching. We will see you in round number 2. Let me advance this token to round number 2. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.